Here's my video of my journal that I just made while I was on vacation in Mexico, and I was taking the class while I was doing this video, or while I was doing this journal. So I made the cover basically based on the book form that Marianne taught, but I do other things differently. I do a lot of travel journals. So our trip was from Christmas Day to New Year's Day. A friend had given me an old calendar from 2007 with Mexican stuff. So I just happened to have this Feliz Navidad paper cut, which was perfect. Just little pieces of the city. The airline had this great graphic of all these birds that I fell in love with. So there are little birds throughout. We were just in San Miguel de Allende, just all the beautiful doors, walking around the first day, just getting acclimated. Our apartment that we rented was on Hidalgo, it was number 47, and this great graphic was from the Museum of General Allende. It was all over the walls, and I just really enjoyed it. Just walking through, I had bought a skirt just the day or two before we left, so when I shortened it, I just sewed a little bit in. This was just a little weird thing I had. Just picking up little things from the square. This paper, I'm not even sure what it's made out of, but we saw it everywhere there. Made a pocket. I mixed in a little bit of watercolor paper. This is the first time I've done that. My goal is to start watercoloring more this year, so used a bit of that. This was a postcard from an artist whose work I enjoyed. There were just beautiful tiles everywhere. This was the tile from the bathroom, one of the bathrooms in our apartment, and these were from some of the church floors. This was from Dolores Hidalgo, just a wall. I'm a big tea drinker. My journals often have little things of the tea. We were sitting in a restaurant, and we paid for some music, and the guy gave me his card as if we were going to have him cater our next big event. One night we went to hear music in the theater. Used this pocket just to put the map in of the city as we were leaving. Just picking up little treasures. We went to an art gallery space, and there was a mixed media artist who had these fabulous little angels and just a postcard. There's a pen and ink tradition there, so I bought some of these. These are from Dolores Hidalgo, which is very famous for its ice cream. So we just stuck the thing with the ice cream and the map. But it's also, I think, the cradle of their democracy or the cradle of their independence. I'm not even sure you would say democracy in a meaningful way. So we did a lot of museums there. And went back to San Miguel, which has a big expat community. And so we went to a library. There's like one big library that's really like a center of the volunteer stuff. And there was this wonderful painting. They had all these great paintings they were selling from these kids. And that just looked so much like the city and Christmas in the city. So I picked that up and made a little donation. As we were getting ready to leave, we didn't go because we had already left by the time there was going to be a bullfight. But there were just these great graphics all over the city for the bullfight. I loved the cobblestone streets. I have been traveling with a small travel printer. I'm not sure I'm going to continue to. Might be a little too heavy, so we'll see. We had to do our own laundry, so for 30 cents we bought this tiny little thing of laundry detergent, and it was just really, I loved the graphic of it. Then we went to Guanajuato for a few days at the end. There's this great tradition of street musicians, and the ticket for the evening with the street musicians for this group was this weird, I'm not even sure what you would call it, but it was a little frog thing. And at one point of the evening, they poured juice into it, and you were supposed to drink the juice. There was a little hole in the frog's mouth. And these were the guys. They're students. It's a big university town. It's my beautiful son in this fabulous theater that they've redone, and it was just really beautiful. We try not to, but we did one day. Ran into Starbucks, and I just used this little bag. So Guanajuato has just all this street art, and a lot of it centered on the steps of the theater that we were in before. This is an old postcard I found of the inside of the theater. This is the postcard from one of the mimes. Not an American style mime, they talk, but they still call them mimes. There were a couple guys that they were the living statues, so this guy I really liked and took a photo. There's also just, student art for sale, little pieces. There was a candy store, La Katrina. I loved their graphic. They wouldn't give me a piece of paper that they used only if I bought liquor. And I didn't think I wanted their liquor since even their candy wasn't that good. Just beautiful doorways. I haven't quite finished, so I'm thinking I'm going to do a watercolor of one of the street scenes here. And who knows what I'll do there. But here's the bag from the candy store, La Katrina. And here's another, I just still haven't finished. This is a photo I printed up after we got home from the highest point in the city, looking down. It's just great colors. There's another couple more of these vintage postcards I bought at a used bookstore. And another bookmark I bought from a street artist. And then just a little metal, I think it's a magnet that I just glued in. Here's all the tickets and things I didn't use, a map of Guanajuato. Here's just some money. There's with the exchange rate. There's a Diego Rivera Museum in Guanajuato. It's where he's from, and it's the house he grew up in. This is just from our hotel, which is at the top of this great staircase that ran along the old theater. And I usually, in my journals, before they get too heavy, I often carry them with me, and so I just usually put a little thing for notes there that I can write addresses or phone numbers that we're going to use during the day, and then the little envelope I had with things in it. So that's my journal. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks. Bye.